Hello friends, welcome to my new video. Today we are discussing for a 10 new beginner level JavaScript courses in Udemy. These all courses are free courses. Okay, let's check out the first course. The first course is JavaScript Essential 2020 mini course. Okay, learn the basic of JavaScript including programming fundamental you can use in Vue.js, React.js and Node.js. Okay, this course only 2 hours and 49-minute demanding video, and you will learn to this course write a fluent JavaScript and understand the programming concept and that can be used in other language like PHP and Python and Node. And this course 7,645 students are enrolling this course. Okay, let's check out the introduction video.
Hello! Welcome to JavaScript Essentials. In this course, you will learn how to become a front-end JavaScript developer. You should already have some understanding of HTML and CSS, but if you don't, that's okay because it's not technically required. This course was designed to help you break into web development as a career. So you'll be learning transferable programming skills such as try, catch, functions, classes, and inheritance, but you'll also be learning all of the JavaScript basics as well. You can take the skills from this course and apply them to other languages in the future such as Node.js, Python, and PHP. Plus, you'll learn about the strange bits in JavaScript too, including hoisting, scopes, and closure. And while you're going through the lessons, there are 2 small projects that will give you working experience with real JavaScript code. This way you don't enter the market blindfolded and empty-handed. The lessons come with downloadable code examples and lesson assignments so that you can get hands-on experience with, again, real JavaScript code. As a bonus, you'll also learn some ES6 as well. Nearing the end of this course, we will talk about 5 ways that you can make money while learning to code as a junior or intermediate developer with very little skill, and how you can break into the web development industry. I'll also be providing you with some direction in regards to what you should learn after this JavaScript Essentials course. Some people say you should learn ES6, React, Node, jQuery, Angular, Python, PHP, Ruby, etc., and that's just way too much, so I'm going to provide a little bit of clarity for you. Now in this course, there's no magic fluff. And in fact, I'm going to be sharing some of the secrets to becoming a successful web developer that no other teacher wants to admit. I've never heard another teacher admit anything.
Okay, the next course is Introduction to JavaScript. Learn the basic of JavaScript. Learn the absolute basic of JavaScript and get started right away. This course only 1 hour and 6-minute demanding video, and you will learn to this course understand the syntax and flow of JavaScript and learn the foundation. Need to begin programming and working in JavaScript and gain a solid understanding of how variables are used in JavaScript and work with strings and numbers effortlessly. This course only 55,516 students enroll in this course. Let's check out the introduction video.
Have you always wanted to learn JavaScript? Are you new to web development but don't know where to begin? Worry no more. I have the course just right for you. In this course, you will learn everything you need to get a strong understanding of the fundamentals of JavaScript. It doesn't matter if you're an expert web developer or brand new to coding, JavaScript is a great first language for everybody. In this course, you will learn the basics of JavaScript, working with variables, understanding how strings and numbers work, conditional statements, functions, and much more. Enroll today and gain lifetime access to the course. Any new content added to the course after you enroll will be offered to you free of charge. Join today. I look forward to seeing you become a JavaScript developer.
Okay, the next course is Basic Coding in JavaScript 2090. Have fun while learning how to program a computer. This course is the biggest course in the video. It's 57 hours and 30-minute demanding video. So one of the biggest course, and you will into this course JavaScript, basic coding and programming and the problem solving skills.
Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Zach Friedman. I'm a software engineer working out here in San Francisco. I've been coding for about 10 years now, almost 10 years, and I would like to get more people to learn how to program a computer because it's such a rewarding thing, and honestly it is pretty fun too. So let me give you like a quick little spiel about my background. I did math and computer science in college. After college I was programming video games. After I stopped programming video games, I moved out to San Francisco here from East Coast, New Jersey, and I was working at a robotics company. after I was working at the robotics company, I took a short break from programming, and then when I came back, I started doing machine learning and data science. And then now I'm out here in San Francisco, and I'm working as a web developer. So I have, I guess like a eclectic, I think is the word. I have like a good collection of programming experience across like many different fields. And what I can say is this: whether you want to build mobile apps for like iPhones, or if you want to build like computer games, if you want to build web applications, work on databases, if you want to do machine learning or data science, you have to have a very strong understanding of the fundamentals that go into programming a computer. Now when people say like, oh, I'm a coder or I'm a programmer, all they really mean is, hey, I know how to speak a language to a computer where I can just give it a set of instructions. That's it. All coding and programming is knowing how to tell the computer how to do something. And when I teach this course, funny thing, when I was in undergrad learning how to program, by the way, you don't need to go to college to learn how to program by any means. It was not super fun. And one of the big reasons why I got into, I guess, like teaching in addition to software engineering professionally as like a side hobby was because I really like connecting with people, and I like showing that there can be a fun way to learn these really hard and annoying concepts sometimes. So in the course, I like to have a lot of fun. I like to joke around. I'm pretty laid back. I understand that there is a time to definitely be serious, but
Okay, the next course is Introduction to JavaScript Development. In this course, we will introduce you to the basic and show you how to get started in integrating JS into your application. This course only 38 minute demanding video, and this is the smallest course, and you will learn to this course learn the basic of JavaScript and integrate JS into application, and learn how to use a variable and data types and understanding conditions. So let's check out the introduction video.
Hi, Chris Rolfs here with Refactor U, and in this course we're going to get started looking at JavaScript. JavaScript is one of the major components of building web applications. We have HTML, content is, we have CSS to decide what the content looks like, and then we have JavaScript to provide interactivity to our users. So we'll look at the foundations of JavaScript, since it's a programming language, to cover some of the basics on how to actually implement JavaScript in your applications. Let's get started.
Well, the next course is Learn JavaScript, Get Head the Essentials. Okay, JavaScript is the most in-demand skill. Get an extra advantage with the course special JS interview question videos. This course only 2 hours and 49 minute demanding video, and you will learn to this course the difference between function declaration expressions and arrow functions, when these keyword is relevant, and interfaces of types Gaussian, null versus undefined, and truthy and flazy, and more, and how almost everything in JavaScript is an object, and the answer to handful of tricky JavaScript interview questions. So let's check out the introduction video.
Hey guys, welcome to this course, Learn JavaScript, Get Hired. The main objective of this course is to set you up for success in the tech industry. In short, to put you on that path to getting hired. Now before getting into the course structure, as well as some stats on why learning JavaScript is a wise decision, let me share my journey with the language. When I was first learning how to code, I wanted to build websites and applications. In school, I was learning Java and C, but not the languages I needed to build the cool projects that I wanted for the web. So I decided to teach those skills to myself. I used online resources to ramp up on web development. And in the long run, that choice turned out to really pay off. A few years later, I got hired as a full-time software engineer at Zendesk in San Francisco. And it was because I knew the languages that they used in their company. So they knew I could contribute on day one because I knew JavaScript. So looking back, going through JavaScript was a wise decision for me, and it's going to be a wise decision for you too. A study done by HackerRank in 2018 found that JavaScript is the #1 language the companies need to hire for. So learning JavaScript will give you an advantage in the job market. In addition, not many universities are teaching JavaScript as part of their core curriculum. Mine didn't. So when compared to other rising software engineers, knowing JavaScript is certainly going to increase your competitiveness. On top of that, this course is going to give you an extra leg up. All throughout the course curriculum, you're going to find special interview question-based videos. And their purpose is to tackle particularly tricky questions in JavaScript that you may get asked about. Ultimately, with a solid understanding of JavaScript, you're going to find yourself in the tech industry in no time. Alright, see you in the course.
Okay, the next course is JavaScript Intro to Learn JavaScript Web Programming. Getting started with the JavaScript Intro course for beginner. This course is only 1 hour and 12 minute demanding video, and you will learn to this course basic understanding of JavaScript terminology. Okay, let's check out the introduction video.
Welcome to our JavaScript training video. This video is for beginners of JavaScript. It'll show you the basics of JavaScript, how to start using JavaScript within tagging and creating web content. This is a basic course for JavaScript for beginners to JavaScript.
Okay, the next course is Start with JavaScript 2021. This is the latest course in the video. So and basic JavaScript course for everyone in 2 hours. This course only 1 hour and 54 minute demanding video, and you will learn to this course learn JavaScript fundamentals and display elements in demo with JS, and understanding variables and use conditions with fields and manipulate operators, etc, etc. So let's check out the introduction video.
If you want to start to learn JavaScript, or if you want to know the basics to learn a JavaScript framework later, like Vue, React or Angular, you are at the right place. Welcome, my name is Guillaume Duhan, and I'm a senior front-end developer since 10 years now. I've been developing many applications in JavaScript, and today I propose you to spend the next 2 hours to learn all the basics of this language. We are going to learn how JavaScript is working in a browser, how does it interact with HTML, but we are going also to see all the basics that you need to know if you want to become a JavaScript developer. So this course is for beginners. You are going to learn how to declare variables, you are going to learn all the type of variables, so string, booleans, arrays, object, etc, etc. You are going to see how to access, modify, delete, update all those variables, and we are going to also see how we can interact with those variables. But we are going to go deeper. We are going to see how to create functions, how to implement function inside the DOM, how to create elements from JavaScript to HTML, and we are going to go deeper in the code step by step together. We are going to see what our promise is, we are going to see how to create JavaScript factories, and all those elements that we are going to learn are going to help you to get all the basics of JavaScript. At the moment, at the course, I'm going to show you how to create a filter with an input. This is going to be the main exercise at the end of this course. But what you gotta know is that if you are following this course for the next 2 hours, you are going to learn the 20 basics of JavaScript.
So guys, the next course is HTML, CSS and JavaScript, the complete web developer course, and a comprehensive guide for beginner interested in learning HTML and CSS and JavaScript to build an interactive web page. So this course is only 1 hour and 29 minute demanding video, and you will learn to this course master front-end development using HTML, CSS and JavaScript, and add client-side interactive to web page using JavaScript, and create stunning responsive layout using CSS. So let's check out the introduction video.
Welcome everybody. In this tutorial series, I'm going to show you how to code in HTML. But before we do that, let's get started with what you need for this course and what you should expect. So first things first is you need to go to jsbin.com, and this course is going to be 100% done online. Now you can run this on your Mac, your PC, and you can even run it on your mobile device, which is actually what we need here. So you want to make sure that you are going to JSBin, and I'll talk a little bit more about why we're using JSBin in the next tutorial. Now, the other thing is that this course is based off the highly successful 1-hour Udemy course. And as you can see here, there are a ton of really good reviews for it, and the reason why people like this course is for two reasons. One, it's only 1 hour long. So what that means is that you are going to have a jam-packed hour of incredibly good material. But since it's only an hour long, I cannot possibly cover anything and everything. So you want to make sure that you manage your expectations. The whole point of this course is that if you have an hour to kill, you will learn how to code in HTML. Now, HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and it's a language that is used as the building blocks of web. So when we finish this course, you'll be able to at least use the building blocks of the web, and you'll get a great foundation as to web development. Now, when it comes to recording these courses, you'll see that the text is actually pretty big. I make it fairly big on purpose so that people can see it. The regular size is probably about this size, and you can't see that as well as if I do it a little bit bigger. So it's a little bit bigger because people are going to be viewing this on their mobile phones, so that's why I do that, okay? The other thing that I do is I kind of make these little magnifying glass here, and I also zoom in from time to time. The last thing we need to talk about is the length of the videos. 100% of the people that go into these courses and take the courses from Mammoth Interactive like short tutorials. So these tutorials are between 2 and 5 minutes, and that way you can go and section off the course one by one and watch a quick tutorial, and that tutorial has only a little bit of information in it. So when you come back to this tutorial 6 months later or a year later, you can just look at the video title and you can find out exactly what it is. In the next tutorial, we'll talk a little bit about what JSBin is.
The next course is JavaScript game development for beginners. Sprite animation. Okay, learn how to animate any spreadsheet and practice vanilla JavaScript as the sometimes. This course only 46 minute demanding video, and you will learn to this course how to use vanilla JavaScript to animate any spreadsheet for interactive web game development, game and animation projects. So let's check out the introduction video.
Adding animated sprite sheets to your games is one of the fastest and the most impactful ways you can bring your games to the next level and add that professional look and polish you want. Games with sprites are great at pulling your audience into the fantasy you are trying to create, and they are also really fun to make. Today, I will show you everything you need to know about sprite animation with vanilla JavaScript, and by the end of this course, you will be able to have complete control over any sprite sheet you choose. I will show you easy, beginner-friendly sprite animation technique first, and then we will go a bit deeper and learn how to properly set up different player animations so we can swap between them by changing just one variable. Do you want to build polished, beautiful 2D games and learn JavaScript at the same time? Then join me and let me show you how to animate sprites properly, with many tips and tricks along the way. This is complete, advanced vanilla JavaScript sprite animation, explained for beginners. Hope you get a lot of value out of this.
Okay, the next course is HTML5 game for scratch step-by-step learning JavaScript. This course is the last course in the video. Learn how to create HTML5 and JavaScript game for scratch step-by-step, a tutorial with real HTML5 code example. So this course only 2 hours and 70 minute demanding video, and you will learn to this course create animation using JavaScript and object to the canvas, and use HTML5 to interactive between JavaScript and canvas, and apply collision, tension, enemy movement and game interaction and more. Create basic games and understand the concept on HTML5 game creation. So let's check out the introduction video.
Within this course, we're going to be showing you how to build an HTML5 canvas-based animated game from scratch. I've been a web developer for over 14 years, and I'm going to be sharing my knowledge with you, showing you step by step how to create your own HTML5 based games. We're going to be discussing the basics of how to set up HTML5 and interact with the canvas. We're going to be talking about how to load images onto the canvas, how to use and interact with keyboard, and event listeners. We're also going to be showing you how to create automated opponents within the game, also adding in different game objects, and then using collision detection in order to create interactivity between all the various objects within this game. We're going to be also covering tweaking, fine-tuning, animation, and a whole lot more. So when you're ready to begin creating your own HTML5 games, let's begin.
So guys, the all courses are lifetime free courses. You can get anytime. I will give you all course link in description, so you can check anytime. I hope you are all enjoy the video. So guys, we will be back with another video with awesome free course list as always. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe my channel.